Hello, hello. It looks like I'm live. So yeah, hello everybody. I hope you're having a good morning, afternoon, night, evening. I don't know if that's different than night. Um, but yeah, hello. I'm Connor. I'm streaming on behalf of my company, Oteemo Inc. Tonight. And without further ado, let's get started. Um, I feel like this is a commonality with the stream so far, but for some reason I just started feeling kind of crummy. Like halfway through today, got really tired. Maybe I'm starting to get sleep deprived, which is very, very possible. But yeah, not feeling 100%. So didn't start as early as I normally do. Probably not going to be truly going through problems with the 20 minutes I have left. But I have a couple things I do want to talk about before we get started. With the problem today, probably going to basically just do the problem, unless there's anything specific that people want me to talk about or I feel the need to talk about. But if not, going to keep it a short and sweet stream tonight. Hopefully feeling a little better tomorrow. Maybe a little longer stream tomorrow and or Saturday, and we can talk about some more off-topic things. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is somebody made known to me that there's this AOCD Advent of Code data library in um, uh, pip. So, what it does is it allows you to, it appears like you can give it your like session token, which I assume is how it gets like your specific input. That's your form of authorization. You grab it from a cookie, and then you can use it within the command line. Or no, so that's your token. But I believe there's a way that you can get the data as well as actually submit your code from your Python file. I'm not going to play around with this today. Not do anything like super new, super out of the ordinary today, but I'll probably start using this as of tomorrow. So yeah, there's that. So I'm going to, I don't know how you do bookmarks in Firefox. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to bookmark that and we'll talk about it. After I finished streaming yesterday, I was watching another stream of somebody who's going through and talking about this in Rust. Hopefully, it sounds like my window's open. So I heard some people outside. Hopefully, that's not showing up on the mic. Sorry about that. Um, 1 second. If that continues, I might close my. I think there's somebody's looking for their dog. I don't really know. But if that continues to happen, I'll close up my window. But yeah, so I was watching somebody who was going through it in Rust, which is a language I do want to learn eventually. But they were talking about this really like interesting, random, just somebody got a lucky solution to day 8, part 2, which was the really fun 7-segment display one. So I'm just going to read this through, and it's really interesting. It's very much lucky that this works. There's no real reason, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. So I landed on an approach to part 2 that I haven't seen discussed here, using some very simple math to avoid having to figure out logic of which segments belong to which digits. Spoilers to follow. Start by taking each segment of the 7-segment display and assign it a score based on the number of digits in which that segment is used. For instance, segment A, which was the top segment, is worth 8 because it's used in 8 digits. So it's not used in 1, and it's not used in 0, 1, 2, 3, and it's not used in 4, but it's used in all of the other digits. Segment B is used 6, since it is used in 6 digits. Now, so those aren't unique. You need something that's deterministic, and you need something that's unique. So that in and of itself is not, because there's at least a couple that have count 8. Now take each digit and add up the scores of all the segments used to create that digit. For example, a 1 uses segment C worth 8 points, a segment F worth 9 points, for a total of 17. If you do this for every digit, it's going to give you 10 unique numbers. And then with this, you're able to decode the output very straightforward. So first, you count the number of times each character occurs in the first part of the row before the pipe symbol. Since all 10 digits are present here exactly once, this is equivalent to the first step described above. This is that character score. For each digit in the output, add up the scores for each character contained in that digit, and then look up the sum in the table you calculated earlier to find out which digit yields that sum, and then you're able to decode the digit. So yeah, that's like it's just a coincidence that works. Somebody was making a point down here that like for 10 digits it works. But it's purely just luck. Imagine that there were only 2 digits, 2 and 5. They would have the same totals, and hence you wouldn't be able to distinguish them. So the fact that there's the 10 digits, they're written the way they are. Granted, 7 segments displays are a relatively like normal, standardized concept. So it like works for this type of problem. But there's no real underlying reason why this works. But I thought it was really cool and interesting that somebody was able to stumble upon this. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the stuff I wanted to talk about. Maybe this weekend, if I do a little bit of a longer stream, I will talk about in more depth, maybe code it in Python, but talk about the way that Devil Squirrel, as we were looking at yesterday, the way that Devil Squirrel solved Puzzle 8, it's similar in its approach, but different in its actual implementation. So it's rather interesting the way that it works. So yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, so we can go over that later. I don't need that input file. I don't need this. I don't need this. So yeah, I changed up my terminal color scheme, if there's any astute observers here. So I'm using the Dracula. I always thought it was Darkula, and maybe there's something else that's Darkula. But maybe I've just been making stuff up. Maybe it's like a Mandela effect thing. I don't really know. But Dracula, I guess, is what it's officially called. So I'm now using that in my terminal. Kind of annoying that the Mac title bars are still this like, "What's up, Devil Squirrel? Good evening." It's evening for you as well. I mean, it's evening for any American people right now, or, yeah, as of right now, about to become morning for those East Coast people, if we want to get technical. But people are still up, so it's evening, whatever. Yeah. So, I reinstalled my config for LunarVim. I've talked about this before. I think it's a little bit larger in scope than just a config for NeoVim. So I call it a distribution akin to a Linux distribution, because there's a lot of features that come with it, but it's still like bare bones. You can still kind of do what you want with it. But LunarVim, so I'm using this yeah, I swear there's something that's called Darkula, but Dracula theme here. And my hope is that this reinstallation, updating packages and the LSP and stuff, Pyrite, which is the LSP we were using before, hopefully that like clears up some of the issues that were occurring previously. With like there's the one that sticks out in my mind is like if you do like a for loop at like the 3rd indent level, as soon as you would hit that colon, for some reason it would just de-indent all the way back, dedent. I don't know if that's the word, but I played around with it a little bit earlier and I wasn't able to get that to happen again, but there's no guarantee that it will or won't happen, so we'll see. And then as I've mentioned in the previous days, I'm trying to get some of my coworkers and or other friends but to join in. But at the very least, I'll probably be doing a like LunarVim config like hacking stream, or part of a stream, either Saturday or Sunday. I need to see exactly what my schedule looks like. And yeah, to fix some things, make it more my own, learn the ins and outs so I can fix some of that stuff. So yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I think I said before you got on Devil Squirrel, I'm not feeling 100%. I wanted to continue my streak though of streaming, and I got to do the problem anyway. I didn't necessarily want to leave it off till tomorrow because I got work to do and stuff. So going to be working on the problem when it comes out. Not really doing much before stream. We're just shooting the breeze, as they say, for right now. Going to be solving the problem or attempting to solve the problem. We'll see if it's a real doozy today. And it's going to be a short and sweet stream. But yeah, trying to keep my morale up, even though I don't feel 100%. But yeah, quite tired and not necessarily in the best mood to stream right now. But hopefully, I can keep my. I always have issue with keeping the tone of my voice happy. That's just how I talk. But trying to stay chipper. So yeah. That's about it today. I do really like this color scheme. I was a big Nord color scheme guy before, but I used the crap out of that for a while. Like everything was Nord themed back in the day on my Linux machine. So I stepped back from that, and I've been trying. I was on Groovebox for a little while, Grovebox, however you pronounce it. But I don't think that's necessarily for me either. It's a little too brown, but it's nice. I don't know. But yeah, my config was broken a little bit earlier. I don't know. It seems to be working now. But yeah. Oh, the thing in that AOCD, the Advent of Code Data, is they have appliances that you can use within that library in order to like pull in. Oh, I think I mentioned this already, but like the read lines and stuff. As per the ASCII art. Oh, it does look like we're going into a cave. Yeah, I wasn't really able to like deduce what this was. What was last year's? It's like now I haven't gone through all the days, so it might not be like super clear what it is. Do you know what the picture was last year? This is like I don't know. I don't really see anything here, to be honest. This just hurts my eyes. Oh, it's the Earth. So there's like islands and stuff. I see. But yeah, maybe when I go through more of these problems at a later date, the Earth will be more clear to me, but we'll see. Yeah, so leaderboard. Yeah, I'll throw my leaderboard code in the chat. I forget, if you join the stream, you can only see messages from the point you join onwards, right? You can't see the full history. But I'll throw it in there. I know you're already part of it, but if anyone else who's watching wants to join. Devil Squirrel still in the lead. Congrats. I still got those 2 gold medals, though. Yeah. So I guess putting that in there, unless the people that are in there right now want to join, it's not super, super useful. But Devil Squirrel's still in the lead. At least I have silver medals. At least I'm not worse than that until some other people join. But yeah, this one was by like a couple seconds, and then this one was because you went to bed. So you've basically won every day. But it's not about winning, it's about having fun, right? Yeah. That's what helps me sleep at night. But yeah. I don't know what else to talk about when I don't have a problem to solve. Can I open? So, were you here when I talked about this really interesting solution on Reddit, Devil Squirrel? I don't see why I wouldn't be able to send links in my own chat. Yeah. So somehow somebody found like a very easy deterministic um way without having to do any sort of deduction. Yeah. It's a really interesting solution. It's just a coincidence that it works, but it's still pretty cool. But yeah. Thought it'd be interesting to talk about. Um yeah. I see no real reason to finishing part 2 of some memes now. I don't feel like I need to implement it, but it's still an interesting solution. When the part 2 of an advent of code takes you 2 minutes because your part code was general enough. Yeah. Hasn't really happened to me yet, but oh no. That's rough. Yeah, let's look at some advent of code memes for the last 5 minutes. This was me. With my poor solution. Dang, advent of code memes are kind of spicy. I like it. This is definitely how I felt. I was like, damn, part 2. Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes is the operative word there. But yeah, I was like, damn, I'm a genius. Part 2 is going to be super easy. We just changed this for loop to 256. Yeah, legend. When you do it the right way the first time. Yeah, it does feel like kind of weird that like everything. Oh, I hit the back button. But yeah, somebody was saying that it's like very time zone dependent. Like being on the West Coast, it's like way easier for me to actually like compete for leaderboard stuff. Even though I go to bed before this, I would go to bed at like 10 most days. So like I'm still kind of forced to stay up late. It's just like completely botched for East Coast people. And I guess it's probably better for people in like no, Europe. Most of Europe's like really early in the morning. Like the Asian continent, it's like morning, right? But yeah, you start at 11 p.m. That sucks. Yeah, my sleep schedule is now really weird because of this. But I'm enjoying it. I'm glad I'm here. Yeah. Classic lanternfish memes. Oh. I'm just putting it out there. If we ever pivot to me writing my stuff in Rust, this is 100% going to be what happens. What was day 7? Just tell me the name of the problem. Oh. Wait. List comprehensions? Yeah, that's how I feel sometimes. People using recursion and stuff. Server connection timed out. Ooh, I dropped a lot of frames. I don't know if that's a Twitch issue, but oh, crabs. Interesting. Looks like I'm not dropping many more frames. I think we're good. I don't know if you've seen Squid Game, but it's pretty funny. Is Twitch being weird on your end right now? Yeah. So it seems like it's not my fault. But seeing dropped frames kind of sucks. Yeah, easy karma if you can just do like a simple animation that shows like how to solve for these things. But I don't know how to do that, so props to the people that do. Okay. Less than 2 minutes left, so we're done with advent of code memes. It's game time. Yeah, hopefully sometime this weekend. I've got a camera mount on like an arm, so I can have my camera a little bit in like the gap between my monitors. So it's like a little more straight on, and I've got a little like streaming lamp coming, so I'll be a little bit less in the dark. Hopefully soon, taking the production quality of this up a notch. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this NeoVim stream if we can get it going sometime soon. Yeah. I'm going to be #1 on Twitch soon. Mark my words. Just kidding. Yeah, good luck. We got this. That's not happening ever. Definitely not anytime soon. Coding's never going to be #1 on Twitch. But yeah, good luck. 22 seconds to go. Probably should have done this earlier. Okay, day 10, let's go. You ask the submarine to determine the best route out of the deep sea cave, but it only replies syntax error in the navigation system online. All of them. Nice, all of them. The damage is worse than you thought. You bring up a copy of the navigation subsystem, which is your puzzle input. The navigation subsystem syntax is made of several lines containing chunks. There are 1 or more chunks on each line, and chunks contain 0 or more other chunks. Adjacent chunks are not separated by any delimiter. If one chunk stops, the next chunk, if any, can immediately start. Every chunk must open and close with one of the 4 legal pairs of matching characters. What? So there are delimiters. Well, not delimited. I see. But, so, parentheses, a legal chunk that contains no other chunks as a square bracket. Square bracket. More complex but valid chunks include this, and this. Some lines are incomplete, but others are corrupted. Find and discard the corrupted lines first. A corrupted line is one where a chunk closes with the wrong character. That is where the character it opens and closes with do not form one of the 4 legal pairs listed above. Examples of corrupted chunks include this, because it ends with a different character. This, because it also ends with a different character. Same thing. And then this one, you don't have the greater than symbol at the end. But everything else is fine. Such a chunk can appear anywhere within a line, and its presence causes the whole line to be considered corrupted. For example, consider the following navigation subsystem. So this is going to be our test before I get too far. Yeah. So some of these lines aren't corrupted, just incomplete. You can ignore these lines for now. And then the remaining 5 lines are corrupted. So this one expected a square bracket somewhere. This is going to hurt my eyes doing this. Yeah, it's missing this square bracket, but it found... Wait, no, that's not the issue. Wait, what is the issue? Wait, why is that the problem? Expected a square bracket. Expected a square bracket to finish this. I mean, I'll just trust them. But I guess that's whatever. Did you know that the syntax checkers actually have contests to see who can get the high score for syntax errors in a file? It's true. To calculate the syntax error score for a line, take the first illegal character on that line, and look it up in the following table. In the above example, an illegal parentheses was found twice, an illegal blah 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 was found once. And an illegal squirrely curly was found once. 1197 points. An illegal was found once for that. So the total is adding them all up together. So find the first illegal character in the find the first legal character in each corrupted line of the navigation subsystem. What is the total syntax error score for those errors? So your illegal is always going to be like the right side of any matching pair, right? I think that that's true. Illegal. Man, typing. Oh, dang. Things are already better today. I'm happy about that. So if it's a parentheses, the score is 3. If it's a square bracket, the score is 57. If it's a squirrely, curly, I don't know what people call these things. I know there was a heated debate on Reddit the other day I saw about this. curly braces, curly brackets, I don't know. And then this one's 137. So I'm thinking about using a stack. I think that's the correct approach. So you add any left ones on the stack, and then if you look at the top of the stack and you find the matching one as you parse through as like the next value, just because it's like, yeah, as it builds, then you pop it off of the stack. I remember something from my programming languages class or compilers class maybe about this. So for line in input dot, yeah, I think this should work. So for line and input, print line. So those are the lines. But that's weird. Why does it? Oops. I feel like it's printing extra lines. What's input look like? Oh, because it's printing the new line character along with creating a new line. So line dot r strip. I like this color scheme a lot so far. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. So for char in line dot r strip. Oh dang. Nope. So that issue I was having before is still happening. That's odd. But a lot of other stuff seems to be fixed. So print char. Yeah, I mean that's correct. So symbol stack equals stack. I think I have to import stacks in Python. Oh, you just do it as a list, and then you just work with it as a stack. So if it's in any of the left options, you add it to the stack. Man, why? Yeah, indent is not expected. Why is it doing that? It knows it's not expected. So symbol stack dot append char, and then if so it's gonna add them to the end. Not why geeks are geeks, why? So if symbol, oh, so how does the matching work? Like how do we associate a left parenthesis with a right parenthesis? So oh man, yeah, how would you do that? Slipped a little bit there. Let's do it as a dictionary. So parenthesis, it's going to be like that. Square brackets. It's like that. Whirly brace. Now I know I'm calling it the wrong thing on purpose. Okay. And then if it's not in the left ones, you know that it's going to be the right one. So if symbol stack -1, which should be the last one, unless I'm doing something wrong, is equal to associated symbols character, then symbol stack dot pop, but we don't need to save it anything. We're just trying to remove the last element. And then so this is the else if, and then it should be at this point. This is if you get it's corrupted. So remember, incomplete, like you don't finish out the pattern, it doesn't matter. But if you expected something, which is like what the stack's handling, if you expected a certain closing thing and you got something else, then we're going to break off of this. So that line's input is done. And then syntax error score is equal to 0. And syntax error score is plus equal to associated symbols, or illegal scores. And then you give it character, right? So this might not be completely right, but let's see. Key error. Is it because these... Is it on the associated symbols? I think it's because... Oh, these are flipped. So this is like that. There we go. 52734. I have this feeling that that's twice this. Oops. I can't do the mental math in my head. No, not quite. It's pretty close though. We're 30 off. So print illegal scores char, and then the char itself, so you can see. So we found the squiggle, and that's 1197 points. Oh. It's because we're not breaking. I even said we needed to do that. Yep, there we go. Now we can move on to the input. That was not too bad. Really, you're gonna lag out on the most important thing I gotta do all day. Okay. Okay, that should be my answer for part 1, 3923667. 3923667. Cool. Right answer. Pretty good. Now discard the corrupted lines. The remaining lines are incomplete. Incomplete lines don't have any incorrect characters. Instead, they're missing some closing characters at the end of the line. To repair the navigation subsystem, you just need to figure out the sequence of closing characters that complete all open chunks. Okay, good. I think we wrote it, so this should be relatively easy. You can only use the closing characters, blah, blah, and you must add them in the correct order. Okay, good. We already put them in the stack, so that should work. So in the example above, there are 5 incomplete lines. So we'll just pop off the ones that are related to the things that are in the stack. Did you know that autocomplete tools also have contests? It's true. The score is determined by considering the completion string character by character. Start with a total score of 0, then for each character multiply the total score by 5, and then increase the total score by the point value given for the character. Oh man. So for this total score of 0, multiply the total score by 5 to get 0, and then add a value of square bracket 2 to get a new total score. Multiply that by 5 to get 10, and then add parentheses, which is 1 to get 11. Okay, I think I get that. So what do we need to do? So reversed associated symbols, and this is going to be the opposite, because when we pop it off of the stack, it needs to be in this order. So we just have a map for both. I guess I don't know where the less than and greater than are super well. So we already break, so we ignore this part. So once we get through the entire thing, it's going to break if it's corrupted, and then remaining line pattern is equal to a list. So for thing in symbol, or I in range length of symbol stack. So I don't want to iterate it through it the normal way, because then it's going to do them in the wrong order. So remaining line pattern dot append symbol stack dot pop, but we want to pass in it's going to be reverse associated symbols, not pop though. Symbol stack. Do. And I want to see if we did this right. Join remaining line pattern. I don't care about the syntax errors. I might need it to print out more. Yeah, I do. So I want to print print line dot r strip. No, so I think I'm doing something wrong. Let's do it with the test input. So they're a little shorter. So what's the next uncompleted one? This might be correct. So we're looking for 4 square brackets. So yeah, it's square bracket, parentheses, squirrely. I think this might be right, actually. Yeah, I think I actually did this right. So we just need to compute for val in remaining line pattern. So what do we call this? Total score equals 0. So it's total score is times equal to 5, and then you add the value. So let's create one more dictionary. Score value. So if it's a parentheses, it's a 1. If it's a square bracket, it's a 2. If it's a squirrely, man, I don't do well under pressure. And then total score is plus equal to score value val. Print total score. Oh man, wait. So this just breaks out of iterating through it. But how do I like remove it? So the issue right now is it's if not corrupted. I don't understand why. So I guess it's all the ones that aren't 0. So what is the middle score? So scores equals a list if total score is greater than 0. Oh man. Scores dot append. And then let's do scores dot sort. And then this is the last step. What is the middle score? So print scores length scores divided by 2 plus 1. Because if the length is 5, it's going to be divided by 2, and it's basically just doing the ceiling. No, that's not right. Okay. I think that's right. I feel like I did a lot of hacky stuff today, but we'll see. Okay. 2192104158. If this works, I'm gonna be so enthused. Oh man. Let's get it. Okay. Gosh dang. I feel like GG. Let's see. Who took home? I think we were gonna be real close on this one. I assume you just finished too. Oh, you beat me by just a. Oh, you beat me by a little over a. Oh, you finished a while ago. You didn't come back to the chat quick enough. But yeah, I felt like I got a good time. Let's see. Oh man, second best rank for part 2 so far. Nice. Yeah, only a couple minutes difference. And I made some silly mistakes throughout this. Like I lost a minute just figuring out what the middle value is. I still don't think this is right. Oh, I don't need +1 because it's 0 indexed. Damn, I'm silly Connor. Yeah. Any optimizations you came to on this one? I don't really know. I assume you used a stack, right? Yeah. It just immediately screams like any sort of parsing. Yeah. I don't think it was explicitly necessary for the first part. I'm not really sure. No, you needed a stack. I don't know. Any solution I can think of, you're basically just like reinventing a stack. Right? Yeah, except yours gets curly braces. That's probably the difference. But yeah, it's probably pretty close to the same. So at some point I do want to figure out like something where I can take something like this and then just automatically create the reverse version. Because it was like kind of a pain in terms of like pure speed. Like it took some time because originally I wrote this one backwards, and if I knew, I should have just kept the other one that was like reversed. But like figure out a way to like dynamically create, just reverse the keys and the values, and that becomes like the other dictionary. But yeah, that one was pretty fun, pretty straightforward. I enjoyed that. Got a flex that I knew what a stack was. Not that many people don't know what a stack is in computer science, but if there are questions about it in chat, I would love to explain what a stack is. But yeah, how did you deal with I did like a little bit of a hacky solution for ignoring the already corrupted ones. Do you have like some sort of flag like this where like corrupted and then you only go into like the part 2 calculations if it's like not corrupted? Or is there a better way to do it? I would have just like removed that line, but there was that issue from like many days ago where I was screwing myself up. Like it's real dangerous to remove something from an iterator while you're actually iterating on said iterator, because there's the whole like jump by 2 bug that I had the other day. I'm curious how you dealt with that. I mean, this seems like the obvious one, but I feel like there might be a cleaner way of like... Oh, yeah, if you broke it up into functions, then that's the easy way to do it. You only pass it into the function if it's like another like else if or something, I guess. And then why was I getting... Did I even need this? Or did I accidentally like fix my own thing? Do I need this greater than 0? No, there's still zeros. Oh, because it creates a total score regardless of... But it only increments it if it's not corrupted. So yeah, I do need this. And I bet there's a cleaner way to do that, but it works. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I'm pretty hyped about that. Especially not failing 100%. I'll take that. Yeah, sure. We'll go through it. Yeah, I like... This is one where I don't really see how you can like have a different solution or something that's like wildly different, right? Like there's kind of only... Maybe this is me being naive, but I'm pretty sure there's really only like one way to solve this one. But yeah, so you did the same things. Why do you only have 3? Scores for the error, scores for the completion, and then, oh, and then a mapping. So are you able to flip the mapping? Because at one point you'd have to flip it, right? Oh, I see what you're doing. Yeah, so use a switch statement instead of me doing this. If you add it, then you append it. And then if not, you pop it. So it's basically just using a switch statement to do a similar thing. They only recently added switch statements to Python. At least in a very like clean way. I don't know if I'm on the version. Yeah. Maybe it was in 3.10. Yeah, so you'd have to do this like roundabout way before this using classes. Yeah, so this was before they actually added it. Yeah, 3.10 added switch statements. Like switch case statements where it's like actually like a clean one like that. Structural pattern matching. So yeah, that's my excuse for not using a switch statement, but not that I need an excuse. Yeah, there's weird stuff in Python that like exists in every other language, but they're just getting added recently. And 3.10 came out sometime this year. So I've not been up on my Python stuff, so I haven't really had a chance to try out the new features. I say new because it's not like I've never used a switch statement before, but yeah. Wait, so why do you return 0? Is error you're corrupted? I assume. And then if not, you add the score to scores, yeah. And so error is corrupted in this case. Okay. Yeah, I mean, slightly refactored version of the same thing, but yeah, for the most part. I don't really see how you could do it any way other than these ways, to be honest. But I'll give you a star, by the way. Oh, I'm not signed in. On my other browser, I'll give you a star. Yeah, I don't really see how you do this any differently. But yeah, I don't think I have much else to say. Today's what, Thursday? So we got Friday and then this weekend, some sort of, not that I'm bad at these like competitive programming problems, but like not necessarily where my like experience shines, but do some like hacking, some ricing, I think is like the correct terminology, making some stuff look pretty. Maybe doing some Linux stuff, whatever. But yeah, we'll be hacking on NeoVim sometime this weekend is the plan. And fix this stupid indentation bug. It's still there even on update. Maybe I'll try a different language server and or dig into the configuration of Pyrites. What's it called? It's like language server configuration. Maybe I can figure that out. What editor do you use, Devil Squirrel? Oh no, we talked about this already. You're a Visual Studio guy, right? Not code, but just normal Visual Studio, because C#, yeah. Are you a Vim key binding guy, or you use the mouse and stuff? If not, highly recommend Vim. It's very. I'm not even that efficient with it, but it took me. Yeah. I'm sure Visual Studio has like key bindings and stuff that are useful and do a lot of the same things. But Vim is like a language, if you want to call it that. In a way, it's kind of just like a navigation language, more than just like a set of key bindings. But you can do some amazing stuff there. But clearly, it still can't make me faster than you. So either I got to get better at Vim, or just get better at these problems, or both. But yeah. Some clowning stuff from me. I need to stop trying to defend myself. I'm doing this for fun. But yeah, I don't really think I have much else to add. Oh, yeah, I did have a funny story. So I don't play much anymore, but in like high school and college, when I wanted to kill time, I was really big into Dota 2. So there were a lot of streamers that I would watch that streamed, and that's how I originally got into Twitch. Now I watch like other stuff on Twitch, programming or just like other just chatting related things more so. Less, what's it called? Less gaming stuff. But one of the streamers that I follow, I like got on Twitch last night, and he was streaming Advent of Code to his primarily Dota audience, which is one of the most like toxic games in existence. And he was doing it in Python too, so it was interesting to coach him through the chat, through figuring it out. But he had like 300 people just yelling at him, giving him like wrong information about what the bug was in his solution and stuff. And he almost rage quit the stream because everybody was yelling at him. It's the difference between programming chat and gaming chat. So hopefully I never get to that point. But yeah, it was pretty funny. I was definitely doing some all caps spamming at him, telling him he did use the set visited to 9 solution that you gave me. So Devil Squirrel gets some cred for that. I don't know if it scrolled back far enough to see it. I need to. There's like 2 requirements that I need in order to get VIP spots in the chat. But Devil Squirrel, you are, as you might expect, you are top on the list for VIP spots. I tried to VIP you yesterday, but I don't have spots for it. You have to like have 5 chatters chatting at once and then like 50 followers or something in order to unlock VIP spots. I don't actually know what VIP does though. I just know it's good. But you'll be VIP'd soon. Yeah, 5 and then 5 unique chatters. What does VIP do? VIPs being available. VIPs are able to perform. Yeah. Most of these things aren't going to be that useful, but you'll get. Yeah. These are all things that like I would have to set as restrictions, and then you could get around it by being a VIP. But yeah, you deserve a diamond in the chat, even if it doesn't do anything. So yeah, I don't think I have much else to say. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for tonight. Yeah, everybody have a good night. Hopefully we can get some more chatters in here soon. But I think if I do like a longer stream, and yeah, I'm just trying to build up this as a community. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Everybody have a good night. If you're watching the VOD, have a good night. Please come to other streams. Hit that follow button. spam that subscribe button or whatever they say. Hit that mother trucking like button, whatever. But yeah, good night.